Hello. This is Coach Shawn here, and I wanted to share with you my results and my reviews, my rave reviews of my own 5-day clean eating group from this last week. This week of 5 days of really kind of my own designed clean eating group of menus and recipes and well, actually, I didn't create the recipes. I'll show you. I actually got the recipes and combined the recipes from Focus 225, which I am about to finish. I am about to go and do day 70, which is, oh, it looks like Edward Elliot is just about to catch something. Would you like to see? I don't know what they're about to catch, but they're kind of like facing off for some weird reason. Look at that. I guess he's leaving. True brothers at their best. Anyway, so as I was saying, I took the recipes from Focus 225. I'm just about to finish day 70. Day 70, which is stretch. So I will have completely finished Focus 225 alpha and beta back to back. So I'm very proud of that. But as I was saying, the recipes, this 5-day, really the beginning of Focus 225. Hey, David. Hello. So the beginning of this whole program, Focus 225, they encourage you to do this. So as you can see, it says 5-day fast track. So I didn't do it the first week, I did it the last week. So it worked out that the last week I also wanted to, cosmically worked out for me that I wanted to host my first ever 5-day clean eating and Shakeology challenge group. So I took the recipes from this 5-day fast track. So let me show it to you. So here, as you can see, is this nice little book, and pretty much all of these Beachbody workouts come with some kind, well, they all come with an eating plan, but they also come with a sort of a kickoff eating plan. So this was the 5-day. So this had most of the recipe, all of the recipes. It had all of the recipes, breakfast, lunch, snack. I don't like to name the meals because you can have eggs for dinner. Eggs is not just for breakfast. So I name them more. Meal 1 is breakfast, meal 2, meal 3, meal 4, meal 5. So you can see it was day 1, day 2, day 3. So I didn't really create the recipes myself. Oh, this one's stuck together. So obviously I used this. There you go. I just rewrote, typed out all of the recipes and created a long shopping list. It's not very pretty or anything, but it doesn't need to be. It's just black and white. It's just a list of all of the ingredients. I will say this was probably the most time intensive and thing that I didn't like was shopping for everything ahead of time. When I did it, I didn't like it, and then the rest of the week, I was so glad I did it because I was so prepared. And Autumn Calabrese with 21 Day Fit always says that being prepared is, what is her quote? David, do you remember what her quote is? Something like being prepared is half of the battle, or being prepared is most of the battle. And she's right. Like when I was walking around the grocery store, I was thinking, I'm so done. And I did advise everybody, make sure that you go through with my little tips. Show you that. So with my little tips in here, I said, of course, you may have some of these items already in your pantry and fridge, so make sure that you check before you go to the store. So I did do that. So I had some other little tips and guidance and direction with the shopping list, but it did take kind of a while just knowing what I had and what I didn't have, and I've got some notes on here, some of the things that I need to change. I also had, I tried to group it by sort of by aisle, right? So I had sort of all the food together, all the vegetables together, all the seasonings together, you know, that kind of, all the food, all the meats, I mean, and fish and such. And then I really just typed it all out. So I've got day 1 and then day 2, and as you can see, I've got breakfast, aka meal 1, So anyway, so that was day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, and of course, as you've seen me before with recipes, I like to put big fat checks through things when I've done them, and then make notes to the side. So, just as far as sharing my review and results from the program itself, because as I said, this was the first time that I did it. And I was really very happy with the results. I was 134.5 last Tuesday morning, because it was the sweet detox, right? So Monday was Halloween. So Tuesday morning, and the girls in the group and I all decided, all right, let's start on Tuesday after Halloween. So Tuesday morning, I was 134.5. So this morning, I was 129, because I always advise people to measure the morning after the end of the program is really your final number for the program. So that means don't blow it the last night of the program also. So I was 129 this morning. So I lost 5.5 pounds doing this program, which was actually more than I lost doing the last 3-day refresh. For whatever reason, you know, I mean, the numbers are just the numbers, and they're affected by stress and hormones and elevation if you're traveling a lot, and I mean, just all kinds of things. But I was very pleased with them. So now I feel like the numbers match how I feel. So again, I just wrote some notes down to share with you. It did make it easy to follow menus and recipes. Let me put this down. For all the meals, that did make it very easy. Sorry, I'm going to fix this real quick. So it made it easy to follow everything. There was no guessing. There was no extra preparation like, oh my gosh, what do I need to make for dinner? Like, it was already all set, and I'd already bought all of the ingredients, which made it even better. Sorry, let me hold this. This is better. Otherwise, I'm blocking the microphone. So following the recipes, as I said, shopping, I was like, but then I was done. Then I was done for the entire week, so that was great. All the boys liked the food. Martin liked the food. It was interesting because some things I thought like, I wonder how this is going to taste together. These are some ingredients I wouldn't put together, like ricotta cheese and some things I wouldn't normally have, but I bought everything, made everything, put everything together in all of the recipes, and I liked every single one of them, and so did the boys. And they had meal 4s with me, which is the afternoon snack, but of course I name it by the meal, not by the name. I also had my green tea, my miracle elixir every afternoon with green tea. I have an alarm set for 2 o'clock. So I had that every afternoon, continued to have that. And in the program, I say, Coach Sean Essentials, warm lemon water first thing in the morning, meet and exceed your hydration goal. And then at the end, and this is on the menu each day, at the end, I say finish eating 2 to 3 hours before bedtime, have 1 glass of water before lying down, and sleep on your left. So those are just some like little extra things that were on the menus for the day that helped me stay focused and on track. Little reminders at the beginning and the end of the day as well. Anyway, so I had my miracle elixir every day. I only drank filtered water or drank flat water. I didn't drink any sparkling because I've noticed sparkling recently has made me feel more bloated and just more, which is bloated. So I nixed any sparkling, just drank flat. The challenge for me was to prep the night before or first thing in the morning. Get up a little bit earlier and do it before the kids went to school. And then, because I was helping Martin at the hotel every day, then I would finish prepping when I dropped the kids off from school, and then I got ready and went to the hotel. So it was really more of a, instead of working in the house, it was more of a working outside of the house. So that was a little bit more of a challenge. But again, I'd already bought all the ingredients, and I just had to put it together and put it in my little containers and go and take it with me. So it actually, it's kind of like the workout, like it turns into an it was the same thing. It was the same thing. Again, just prepping, staying committed, staying accountable to yourself, staying on track, just getting it done. No alcohol all week long. That was a big thing for me. No treats in the evening, stopping eating 2 to 3 hours before bedtime, before I lay horizontal, because I had noticed that I was
saying yes to Martin's treat, saying yes to the additional offer of liquid calories from Martin. It's not his fault. It's my fault for saying yes, and then pouring myself another after that. So that was something that I felt this 5 day really helped me detox, quote unquote. Everybody has their own levels, but that was something that I felt that I needed to do. So there's no alcohol. In the morning, I had coffee that was almost black, a splash of almond milk, and a little sprinkle of cinnamon. So I did not go to Starbucks all this week, even though I normally have a skinny da-da-da-da-da. I make best choices. Even liquid calories make best choices. It's the amount and the frequency a lot of the time. And this helped me really kind of analyze what I had been doing and what I needed to tweak, what I needed to change to get better results and make better progress. Shopping ahead of time, I talked about that. It was a little difficult also shopping wise because for the dinners, I remembered, so I had to go back to the store again twice because I remember there's 5 in our family and the menus, the recipes are just for 1. So I had to make sure that I had the right amount of ingredients for 5 people. Or 4, depending upon Zach was at work. And then if I had more, I have more left over. I had, it's kind of like that Coach Sean Essential bulk cook and meal prep. So I had leftovers. So I had some, I made extra halibut today, and that was delicious. And I already had couscous made, so it was easy just to put it together, and I was done. So I actually liked really being ahead, really prepping ahead. I was surprised myself with that. Eating on time, I made sure, like with 3-day refresh, I set my watch every 2 to 3, my reminders are going off. I set my watch every 2 hours, like, okay, now I need to have my meal 2 or meal 3 or whatever. So between 2 or 3 hours, then I would have the next meal, depending upon my time and availability and what I could stop to do. But I was prepped and I was ready to eat when I was ready to eat. So then I didn't get hungry. I never had that mad grab minute. I always had that smart grab because I was prepped and ready to go. Flat water I've talked about, almost black coffee I've talked about. I just had 1 in the morning. Now I have a larger cup. It's like 10 to 12 ounces. So, it was 1 large cup, but it was black. So least amount of calories, no creamer, no sugar, none of that junk. It was easy to connect the dots for me, really. That's the end. Oh, more fish. I had more fish than I normally do. I kind of go on and off cycles where I decide I'm going to be pescatarian because I really do like eating fish. And when we go out to eat, I always order fish. And I like eating fish. The boys don't like eating fish all the time, maybe once or twice a week. But I liked eating fish pretty much, I think like 3 out of 5 days I had fish. So, it was easy for me to analyze during the 5 days where I need to tweak and where I need to shake things up a little bit for me. And obviously the results of losing 5.5 pounds show that I need to drink less alcohol in the evenings. I need to say no. I need to say no to treats. I need to have more almost black coffee. I need to drink flat water more. Yes, I can have a sparkling maybe once a day, but not drink sparkling all day because it just bloats me up. And then I need to eat more fish. I need to finish eating 2 to 3 hours before bed. It was just it was a very good barometer and measurement and analysis of perhaps where my frustration or why and where and when and how, what, who, what, where, when, what, my frustration was coming from. So I hope that helps you. David, do you have any questions? I think you're still on. You can type in the little box there if you have any questions for me. But I'm very pleased. I'm very pleased with myself. I'm very proud of myself. I ate every single meal, made every single meal, ate every single meal when I was supposed to. So I didn't skip anything all week long. Even at the hotel, I brought my food. Yesterday, we went to an event, and I bought my little container of food. The kids and Martin were like, but they understood. Like, they were very supportive. But even though I felt a little uncomfortable about it, but I was only too happy to tell people about it when they asked me, oh, what are you eating there? You're not having a hot dog slathered with yuck? No, I'm not. You're not having a soda? No, I'm not. So I stayed on track, and obviously the 5.5 pounds less helped me feel good about the numbers as well as my feeling good about finishing Focus T25. So if no one has any questions, I will sign off. I'm going to go and finish Focus T25, Alpha and Beta, back to back. Tomorrow, today is stretch. So it's not even a super hard, ooh, I see a question. It's not even a super hard workout, but you do feel the difference. The stretch, it's very intensive. It's kind of like a yoga Pilates mix. So you really do feel your body like sucking in that energy, and like a sponge. You really feel your body accepting and wanting and really taking to those deep breaths and that sort of recovery from everything else you've been doing during the week. It's very interesting, the 5-day clean eating program, so I really like your review. Good! I'm very pleased. I'm very pleased to share. I'm glad that it went so well. I hope more people will do it with me next time. A few girls did it. David, I mean, do you have a preference on when do you think I should do it again? Maybe I should do it once a quarter. I like doing 3-day refresh too. I'm going to do that in January. I've got a big calendar now that I bought, so I'm penciling in all the things that I would like to do, Martin and I have talked about, and the things that we're going to invite people to join us to do. So I would like to do it again. You know, it's different than 3-day refresh. This is all, you know, it's Shakeology for meal 1 for the morning, the evening snacks. Yeah, that's hard for me. But I don't know. It's normally, last week it was hard for me, but this week it wasn't for some reason. I think just because I was so committed all day long. I had prepped all day long, so I wasn't going to ruin it. And I knew that I was beholden to everybody in the group and accountable to everyone in the group. How would you compare the two? They're different. They're different. I think 3-day refresh was a lot easier in that you have the fiber sweep and you have the vanilla shake, and then you have your own Shakeology, and it's really only, what, like just a very small amount to prep yourself, like the evening meal, which is mostly vegetables, mostly green. And then earlier in the day, I think you have 1 or 2, right? Other like little veggie snacks. And half fruit snacks, whereas this was all recipes, all menus. So I liked both for different reasons, maybe because they were different but had the same end goal of purpose, of really kind of clean eating, making sure that you are very aware of every single thing that you put in your mouth, that you input equals output. Every single thing was planned. Just like with 3-day refresh, every single thing is planned. With 3-day refresh, I often feel a little hungry in the evening. With 5-day clean eating, I didn't feel hungry at all. Not at all. With 3-day refresh, you know, Martin and I often just go to sleep pretty quickly, within an hour or so after eating our last meal. But with 5-day, you know, you're eating, so you're, you know, it's that like, that's masticating, that jaw is actually moving versus drinking the meal. And the fiber sweep, and, you know, but both are really very good. Like I would like to do both on a regular basis. Maybe I'll do fiber sweep, a 3-day refresh 1 month and 5-day the next month. And there are lots of other 5 days that I can do as well. I can pull recipes from Fixate, or I can pull recipes from Pio, or from 21-day Fix, or I can pull them from everywhere. So it's the prep I wondered about, but for 5 days in prep. Yeah, I mean, I really was a little overwhelmed at the beginning, you know, thinking like, oh God, what have I got myself into? And I invited all these other people in with me too. But once I got the shopping down, like with everything, 3-day refresh or any program or anything you're doing, the first few days, it can be a little overwhelming if you let it overwhelm you. But then you think, okay, no, well, this is all for a reason. It's a rhyme and reason, you know, that this is a means to an end, and this is maybe slightly different, but it's a challenge, and I'm going to do it because the end game is XYZ, whatever your goals are for your whys. And so now that I've done it, that's why pretty much everything that I recommend and invite people to and share with people, I've done before. I've done it before. Otherwise, I can't just stand up here and go, oh yeah, that looks good. Try it out and let me know. No, no, no. So I wanted to go through this myself and get feedback from the other girls, what they thought as well, and get feedback from the boys and feedback from Martin. Did you like the recipes? And I can pull these out at any time, just like I can pull the 3-day refresh recipes out at any time. And use them as sides. I'll pair them. This had protein. These were all complete meals versus 3-day refresh. They're kind of bits and pieces, and then the shakes kind of make up for the protein and the other things. I make sure I answered your question. 5 days, I think, pregnancy. Yeah, I mean, it was done. I made dinner fresh. I didn't make all of maybe I haven't explained it properly. I bought all of the ingredients ahead of time, but I didn't make all of the meals 5 days in advance. I made the meals obviously dinner, I made fresh for everybody, and then whatever the next day meals were, I either had all the ingredients out on the counter, or I made the actual meal and then just put it in a little to go and put it in the fridge. Hopefully that makes more sense. I didn't make 25 meals ahead of time, and I couldn't do that with fish, right, and things like that. So I think that is it. Any other questions? I had some things left over. I've frozen some things, and then some other things I just have ready to go in little ready containers in the fridge. Like I didn't use all the couscous. I overmade the couscous, so I have that ready to go. I overmade the quinoa, so I have that ready to go. Perfect, makes sense. Good, good. I'm glad I'm making sense. All right, well, that is my review and my results for the 5-day clean eating and Shakeology week. I will do it again. I would love to hear from you when you would like to do it with me. I would like to do it again, maybe January or February. I think January we're going to do Core de Force and 3-day refresh, kick off the new year with 3-day refresh and then do Core de Force. So then maybe in February, maybe I'll have like a Valentine's themed 5-day or something like that with a Valentine's meal in there, or I don't know, something like that. So let me know if you have any ideas. I'm happy to put that together because it's all about doing it together. I don't want to just do it by myself. I want to do it together because it's more fun and I can reach out to all the people from all the wonderful chapters in my life and all the moves, and we can do it together. Next, I'm doing 21-day fix tomorrow. I'm excited about that. Starts tomorrow. Then after that, look for the invite. I'm going to be doing 3-week yoga retreat in December. And that will be all about balance and breathe. So survive and enjoy the holidays. So look for the invites. I hope that you will join me and keep on doing your best, putting your personal puzzle pieces together to live happier, healthier, longer.